We are on a CVO Ultra Limited. Right off the bat, I like the Road Glide better. This sits higher, feels a lot different. Of course, we got some kid here who hangs way the fuck back. It does have the heel toe shifter, which I'm trying to get used to. I can see why people tend to like them. A lot of the controls on the CVO are a little bit odd getting used to. Tried to figure out how to turn off the radio so I could actually talk and not have to worry about trying to capture radio audio was interesting. The whole heel toe is interesting as well. I definitely see how it would be useful. Instead of trying to get your toes up under the shifter all the time, all you do is step on it. So far, comfort-wise, with it being a CVO, it's got a much better seat right off the bat than the Road Glide did. Getting on it, I kind of kicked the passenger armrest on the tour pack, but that's just something I'd have to get used to if I were to get one. I don't like the grips on this thing already, the hand grips here with this little cutout. Much prefer the stock grips or even the Avon grips that I have on the switchback. Kind of prefer the dash on the Road Glide. It was a little bit easier to read. This one here seems to be a little more, it's more spread out. The one on the Road Glide was more centered. Feels like it has the same style of turn indicators as the Road Glide did. Like I said, it sits higher, so that's always fun. Looks like it indicates on the same gauges. I'm sure as the heel toe shifter just takes some getting used to be able to ride it competently. Prefer the clutch on the Road Glide compared to the CVO here, which is interesting. You would think with it being a CVO, the custom vehicle operations, they're high-end, high-dollar one, that it would be a better feeling bike, but so far I'm more impressed with just the basic Road Glide. This one I feel like I'm spread out a little bit more across the arms. The Road Glide felt a little bit more in. Hands were higher on the Road Glide. Same thing with the Road Glide though, the levers feel off on this one. So I would probably have to get them readjusted to fit where I like them at. The good thing with this one, though, is it does have the passenger floorboards, which I've noticed are a little bit more awkward than the pegs that I'm used to on the switchback. Didn't notice anything odd with the Road Glide. I don't know if they had the pegs or floorboards. I'll have to take a look at it. But I do notice that the floorboards, when walking it, are hitting me in the back of the leg more, so that's interesting. I do think I heard them say before we left that this would be the last ride, so I don't think I'll get to try out any of the other bikes today. Could always go back to one of the dealerships another day and schedule a test ride for those bikes. It's a shame that the regular Ultra Limited is out of commission right now. I don't know if it's just needing gas or what, but ugh. Definitely looks like the Road Glide at least has more storage compartments up front here on the fairing. Pretty sure I was just in the wrong gear there. That's embarrassing as hell. This thing, I think she's got the 117, so gets up there, but just not feeling this bike. So I don't know if that's because it's the CVO and like to be able to take one of these out on my own and be able to flick it around a little bit. See how I can do with that. I'm sure they'd get pissed with me if I was to be flicking this thing around like I do the switchback. I am also purposely trying not to lean too far into the turns and, scrape everything like I do on my bike. It is a lot quieter riding with the visor open at 50 miles an hour. Curious to see how the road noise will transfer over. Should have tried this on the Road Glide as well. Like, the biggest thing I'm surprised with is just how quiet these bikes are. Apparently I have the hill assist on because clutch is pulled in and she ain't moving, which is a nice feature, you know. That's nice. See a little H there on the display. Squeeze the brake for a second or two and comes on. So on this one, you notice a lot more buffeting on the helmet with this windscreen. Have to get on a regular Ultra Limited and see how it does in comparison before I can make a final decision. But right now I'm definitely leaning more towards the Road Glide. Like I said, doing it outside of a group ride would also be nice, where I don't have to worry so much about other people. Pretty sure this dude over here is not used to riding a cruiser. I'm thinking he's more to sport bikes, just by how slow he's going with everything. Or maybe he's just, I don't want to say scared, but that nervousness of riding a brand new bike. Hydraulic clutch is starting to wear my hand out. I'm not used to it. I don't know if that's just the nature of a hydraulic clutch or if it's just it being relatively new, because I think this bike has like 3,000 miles on it. This has definitely been a interesting time. I kind of wish I'd gotten up here earlier. So fun going out trying these new bikes, different bikes. Hopefully they'll do another one before too much longer and I can get up here earlier and try out more. It's nice that they gave me a little card to use again if I ever do another demo day. I don't have to fill out all the registration. Basically just scan the card and sign the waivers and good to go. I will say on both bikes, the kickstand placement is weird. I'm not used to it being so far forward. Definitely something I'm going to have to get used to. Well, I think that's going to be about it for the test ride. I'm just sitting here waiting on a red light and turning into the dealership.